Okay, another video on story problems. Bill has money in his account. He's going to start saving money at a rate of $150 per month. After 5 months, Bill will have $2,250 in his account. How much will he have in his account after saving for 12 months? So we're finding the dollars Bill has. So you got dollars, you got months. X is months, Y is dollars. Dollars per month they gave us 150 times X, so that helps. So dollars for Y, months for X. Okay, so 0 to 1 to 2. That'd be great, but I do not have my opening amount. Okay, because he's had money in his account before he started with 150. It's not 2250. That goes with 5 months further down. Okay, so B. Now underneath put some of the other information. 5, 2250, and then 12 months question mark. See, now I have everything I need to effectively solve the problem. So B plus 150 times X equals Y. Obviously we need to find what B would be. So M would be 150. Okay, so then we can go with 5 for X, 2250 for Y. Times 5. So you got 2250. Drop your plus, put your B in front. So 150 times 5. 750. Okay. Well, now you're going to minus 750. Okay, that's going to be 1,500. So that's your B at 1,500 in his account. And you can add 150 if you want. Okay, so that'd be 1,650 and 1,800. Those really don't do you any good though to solve the overall problem. Okay, now you got your equation. Write it. So you have 1,500 plus 150 times X equals Y. Now put your closer in. X would be 12. So we parenthesize that. And you're going to have 1,500 plus 150 times 12 equals Y. Okay, this guy here is screaming to be solved. Solve me. You times first, then you add. 150 times 12 is 1,800. Then I add and Y. You really don't have to solve for Y. All that you just, it's order of operations. 3,300. Okay, so $3,300. Now put that on the table, and that makes total sense. Okay. Okay, next problem. A gym charges $35 per month after paying an initial membership fee. A member has paid $250 for 6 months. If the cost eventually reaches $390, how many months will the person have been a member? So months equals. So we have months and money. So X is months, Y is money. So dollars per month is 35. So we have that. So when I know the dollars per month, I go from 0 to 1 to 2, but we have a little problem in the sense that I don't have a beginning amount. It ain't 250. That's further down with 6 months, okay? So B. Now fill in the rest of the info. 6, 250. And then 390 question mark. So I guess we need our B, huh? So 35 times X, and there is a B. It does not start at 0, okay? The reason why is because you had to pay the membership before you paid the cost per month. So M is 35, and I need my X and Y values. So There's your only XY combination you got. X equals 6, Y is 250. So 250 times 6. Okay, plus, put your B in front, 35 times 6. 210. Minus your 210. That gives me 40 for B. So you put it here and here. Now you could fill in that missing space by adding the 35 from here. 75, 110. If that makes you feel better about life. Okay. But the equation's 40 plus 35 times X equals Y. Okay. 390 is a closer. It goes in for Y this time though. So we're not going to put a parentheses. Okay, wall. You got plus, you got times, so circle times. Get your 40 to a 0 by minusing it. Because your X ain't by itself. You have to get the X, do inverse operations. So 350 divided by 35, and 350 divided by 35 is 10. Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. Okay, so 10 months. Okay, motocross racing. Racers purchase a registration to a track. That's the beginning amount. You don't know how much. They also pay it for each race at the track. You don't know how much that is either. One racer paid $125 after 5 races. Then his cost was up to $170 after 8 races. How much will 25 races cost at the track? Now you don't make 2 tables. It's the same racer. Okay, dollars and races. So X would be races, Y would be dollars. So dollars per race. Don't have that. It ain't 125, that's with 5. It ain't 170, that's after 8. Okay? Per race means every single time there's one new race, what's it go up by? We have no idea. So X is races and Y is dollars. Okay, so 0, but since we don't have anything to add, we'll block that. Okay? It's stupid to even go to 1 to 2 without that. Okay. Okay, $250, or no, my bad. $125 with 5 races, then $170 with 8, and then the closer is 25 races under X. That's a 125 right there. Well, there was a beginning amount. Might be tempting to put 0, but they did mention there was a registration, didn't tell what it was. Okay, so we make the line starting with the B, okay, because we don't know what we started with for Y. But we need to have something to add, so dollars per race. So Y minus Y, X minus X. Okay, XY, we're starting with the 8, 170, 170 on top of 8. If you do 8 over 170, good night, okay, and 125 over 5. So it's going to be 45 over 3. You can do plus negative if you want. It's the same as minus. So it's 15. So 15 times X. Okay, so that means at 9th race we'd add 15. Okay, it's going to be a ways down to 25 though. So we're best off finding that beginning amount, knowing that I'm adding 15 every race. Okay, so the M15. Okay, then the Y and the X. Okay, you have to do an X and a Y. 5, 125 works. So does 8, 170. It doesn't matter. That's why it's a linear equation. Drop your plus, put your B. 15 times 5, 75. So minus 75 from each side, and that gives me 50. 50 equals B. Okay, so B's 50. Every race you go up, add $15 every time there's one new race. So you have 50 plus 15 times x equals y, and the closer is 25 for x. So you need to put that right there. So 50 plus 15 times 25 equals y, and y is by itself, so he's saying solve me. Times and add. 15 times 25 is 375. Then add them and you'll have y. Just do the operations that they say. 425. Okay, there's your cost. Put it on the table, see if it makes sense. I mean, it does to me. It's a long way from 170 to 425, but it's also a long way from 8 to 25. So. Okay, last example. A skydiver dives from a height downward at a constant speed. After 4 seconds, the diver is 256 feet from water. After 10 seconds, that same diver is 160 feet from water. After how many seconds will the diver be 0 feet from water? So seconds is what I'm solving for. Okay, so you have seconds and you got feet. X is seconds, Y is feet. Okay, the feet per second. Well, it ain't 256, that's with 4. It ain't with 160, that's with 10. I don't have it, okay? Table remedies your problem. Okay, 0. Well, we ain't going to 1, 2 without the feet per second, okay? Alright, now what do we have? 4 seconds, 256 feet, 10 seconds, 160 feet, and I need to find when it's 0 feet. Clearly that started up higher than 256, okay? So B. Alright, so you got B, but we don't know what we're adding because we have to come over here and find the feet per second, which is accomplished by y minus y, x minus x. So xy, xy, 10's bigger than 4, so send 10 to the bottom with its partner 160 above it. Then 4 with its partner 256 above that. So you have 6 seconds on bottom. Well, that went by 6 seconds. That went down by 96. From here to here, decreased 96. Well, that went up by 6. So to find what it's doing every second, you divide, and that's negative 16. Okay, so negative 16 times x. That's great, but I still got to find the b. So that means in the 11th second, that would be down here. If I had an 11, I'm not going to put it because it's no point. But in the 11th second, I'd add negative 16. Okay, then I'd add negative 16 for the 12th second, 13th. Maybe you can get to 0 that way. It's going to take a long time, but probably more efficient if we use y equals m times x plus b. So negative 16 is your m. Need an xy combination. We'll go with this, okay? X is 4, y is 256. There's no reason I could pick either one. Okay, so negative 16 times 4. Drop your plus, put your b in front. Negative 64. And I need to add to get back to the beginning, because it had been going down, so I'd add if I'm going backwards. I think it's 320. Okay, you got your B, 320. That makes sense, okay? That's not the answer, though. You just found the feet. You got to find the seconds. You don't have your answer until you know what goes with 0. Now you at least have an equation where you can plug 0 in. Y equals 0. So you don't put it in parentheses. You're solving for x. You got to get x by itself. So plus and times. So subtract 320. So negative 16 times x equals negative 320. Then I divide by negative 16. And that is 20. Okay. Put it up there, see if it makes sense. Sure it does. Okay. If it keeps going down by 20. It's going to be good.